Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I am still baffled. I do not know what happened. It's so strange. It's like I had a sting of sorts, like an allergic reaction to something on my lip. So a little crazy. It's nothing's there now. You can't even see anything. Can't tell anything had happened. I took a picture. If I hadn't taken a picture before to show you after, no one would have believed me. It's the reason why today's Locker Room Daily Report is a little late. Something happened. Don't worry, we documented most of it in the vlog. So if you are curious to know what happened to my face, you can obviously wait for that vlog to be published, which will be about a day from now, I think. Mm-hmm. Really? So I think I think I screwed things up by telling people that we wouldn't be doing a TLDR live today, when in fact I looked at YouTube and it looks like I was able to do a live session on YouTube. I thought about doing a Google Plus Hangout, which may still happen after the fact. The topic of conversation will probably not be related to anything related to whatever the hell that was on my lip earlier. But nothing. I mean, nothing. It's just there and gone. So to me, it was a bite of some kind. It was an allergic reaction. So let me go ahead and tell everybody that indeed we are broadcasting live on YouTube for today's Locker Room Daily Report. Going now. There we go. So now you know. I've also shared it on Facebook, and it's going out on Twitter. So now everybody knows. We're going to move forward as expected. I guess today's is going to be slightly different because we weren't expecting that we were going to go on YouTube live after the fact. But, you know, honestly, I enjoy my time doing this with you and appreciate those who were able to tune in live. Yesterday's live YouTube video didn't encode. It's gone forever. Really bizarre. Of course, the show notes are still intact. You could look at that videos page. Most of the show notes that were there, however, you could have found in the Locker Room email newsletter, which I just assume many of you are already subscribed to. I got a little grape juice plus with me. That'll help ease this transition into the live broadcast, the official live broadcast. That was almost unofficial. I have to thank our sponsor, GoToAssist. It's a product from Citrix, and it's basically a world-class support module that lets you provide live or unattended support to all your users from anywhere. We've used it in the past. We've talked about it in the past. And they are trying to reach out to find those of you in my community who have to deal with many computers on a regular basis. And we're talking like enterprise level, IT. You've got a business where you have to manage computer systems, more than just your own and more than just in one spot or one room. GoToAssist by Citrix could certainly help you get the job done. Head over to gotoassist.com, click on the Try It Free button, and then use the promo code Pirillo. That's my last name, Pirillo. And thanks again to Citrix and their GoToAssist product for sponsoring this live broadcast. We're very grateful that they did just that. Right, Wicket? You're circling the wagon here. You want to say hi too? Come on up. You don't... Oh, now he chooses to get camera shy? Bizarre little furry guy there. So I'm glad those people who are tuned in, including Crosby87871, Sky Blue Dar, Rymax99, Big Boyd 5, Mornin Snofkin, All Q, Every Comment 100. Thank you for keeping the faith. And so let's go ahead and check out what's happening today's news. Bing has just rolled out a new interface with a social layer to it. And I took a screenshot of it earlier and actually have it here pulled up on my screen as well. Let's see if I have to... I have to get... Hang on, I gotta log in. Cheese and crackers. Yeah, they make it so difficult to do. You know, it's not default yet. It's tied to your social accounts. Not just your Windows Live ID, but potentially even your Facebook ID if you have them crossed over. And that's exactly what I've got right here. There's the little social bar over here, a search. And if I search for something like, let's say I do a search for Seattle. Let's just do a search for Seattle. Let's see what happens there. It shows up friends who might know about Seattle, including a couple people that I'm connected to. And these people I know may know of Seattle, including other things that they like on Facebook related to Seattle. And then down below, I've got a list of activities. So these are status updates you can make to Facebook directly from Bing. So Bing and Facebook are becoming tied together, more on Bing's side than Facebook's side at this point in time. But that was pretty big news. Bing is going more social. And they also will include your Google Plus information. Not just your Facebook information or Twitter information. Any of your social data that you have connected to you, Bing or Microsoft, will discover as relevant to a particular search. So it doesn't matter if it's Facebook or any of your social connections, your whatever you create, you're going to find that having that social layer off to the side on Bing may prove very valuable. So check it out. You can sign up for the beta. It's not open to everybody, to my knowledge, but it may be something you'd want to jump into as a possibility if you don't want to use Google anymore. And let's face it, it's always good to have competition. Don't just think that it's all Google. We like as I think users to have a choice, and it's nice to see that Bing is kind of kicking it up a notch. I appreciated their implementation. It's clean, it's fast, and the results seem to work better than Google's after Google rolled out their Penguin and Panda updates last year. Also news that Microsoft's bringing full Internet Explorer browsing to the Xbox 360 with Kinect controls for all of you Xbox fans. Facebook's rolling out file sharing for all groups. If you're a group on Facebook, we have the Nomies group on Facebook. The Nomies aren't joining me right now, although I think to entertain you, I can throw up that screensaver, Electric Sheep, the open source. You can download it and install it right now. Let's see here. What else is news? Pebble smartwatch tops 10 million in Kickstarter pledges. Sells all 85,000 watches. I am kicking that project, so I will be getting a Pebble watch when they do ship, which is kind of nice. Let's see here. Anything else from the news? I'm not really seeing anything that pops beyond those stories, and I think that's most relevant to our community. Of course, we covered more on LockerGnome.com today, including Abraham Lincoln inventing Facebook and other popular hoaxes. It's a story. Link is in the video's description. We'll dive into it in just a second. 5 reasons to play tabletop role-playing games. You big RPG fan? I could never do that because my parents thought that would lead to worshiping Satan. Grew up, never really worshipped Satan. Never played RPGs, though, because of that fact. They really thought that. Diana, they believed. It's like, maybe, yeah, I guess it worked. I didn't play role-playing. You're right. I didn't think of it that way. I'm not worshiping Satan because I didn't play RPGs. It's a miracle. Bullet dodged there. Informed consent. If your PC breaks, it's your fault. What's that story about? The advantages of being polylingual. That is, multiple languages. Multiple. I only speak one language, really. It's English. Diana speaks 14. Something like that? Yeah. You have to speak geek in order to understand anything that I say. Because even though it sounds like English, sometimes it comes out, garbled. How to create your own Portal 2 test chambers. And 5 reasons to switch to a hybrid car. Just want to let you know, we also have the backlink of the day from technologydroids.com. John Gordon. Technology Droids, hello. We've talked about him here on the live feed. Link back to a LockerGnome article, so we were happy to highlight him as the backlink of the day. Check out all those links in this video's description. So let's see here. What would be interesting to talk about? Abraham Lincoln invented Facebook and other popular hoaxes. Do people really believe that Abe Lincoln invented Facebook? I mean, I've heard the hoax that, Bill Gates will send you $1 million if you forward this email. Did you ever see that one? There's all sorts of hoaxes. Obama's left-handed national anthem salute. Apparently, that was a Photoshop of sorts. He was a target of a flipped image. Yikes. President George W. Bush arrested in Canada. It was short-lived. It was a hoax. Complete hoax. He was never actually arrested. Photoshop. What can you do? Apple patents the rectangle. Oh, apparently last year, or I guess this year, April 1st, April Fool's Day, that story leaked out, and some people actually believe that Apple had a patent on the triangle, which we all know is wrong. They actually have the patent on the circle. So if you're going to spread any rumor, at least get the right rumor. Obviously being a bit facetious. Interesting tales there. If you are interested in stopping hoaxes, and next time you receive them, feel free to point people towards that article. Snopes.com, another fantastic resource for you to use to debunk any of those myths. And your parents probably are the ones sending, oh my God, Abe Lincoln invented the internet. No, Mom. He invented Facebook, and besides, that's a hoax. It's not real. She butt dialed me today, didn't she?
Yeah.
My mom, not Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln wasn't a she, and I don't think Abe Lincoln has a butt anymore. He's probably like disintegrated, just ashes. 5 reasons to play tabletop role-playing games. Look at this. Look at this. Right here at the top of the article, I hope my parents are watching, we have a picture of a devil. So there you go, Mom and Dad. It didn't work. I'm still kind of worshiping Satan right there. I'm just by putting his image on the page. So Matt Ryan believes the reasons would be improvement in math skills. You got to know your hit points. You got to know how to manage things. I knew friends who had 20-sided dice. Like, 20-sided. It's insane. And those things, like, weighed, 15 pounds a piece? They were heavy. I think they were made out of adamantium. I don't really know too much about it because I never did any RPGs. But maybe I could have done better in math class had I worshipped Satan. Had I done role-playing games at all. It didn't happen, though. Also, imagination. It's very important, especially as a dungeon master. You got to craft these worlds and adventures and everything. And so you need to have an imagination that just never ends, right? And you can encourage that through playing these tabletop role-playing games. I mean, forget the computer stuff for a second. This is all about interacting with people in real life, because that's the next thing that can be improved upon, socialization. And we all know at least one geek who is borderline antisocial. Someone who just cannot get along with anybody, doesn't know how to socialize, never been socialized, never left the house. Get out every once in a while. And have that game be the excuse that you make to interact with someone, especially if you don't get along with other people in real life. Play a game. Have some fun. I mean, above all else, that's, I would say, the number one reason you'd want to play tabletop RPGs. To have fun. Because if you're not having fun, what's the point? And you're building up characters and stories and relationships. Of course, yeah, I forgot. And worshiping Satan. That's also, I think that's a prerequisite for Dungeons and Dragons. Don't ask. There was a whole, you want to talk about hoaxes. There was a whole outbreak in the 80s that, Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, led to Satan worship. I always thought, I played tic-tac-toe, and I think that led to Satan worship, which is better, I think, in many ways than Satan worship. Feels better on the skin, especially. I can't fall asleep on anything else. We don't have satin sheets. They are high thread count, though.
Yeah.
Very, very soft. All right, what else do we have? Informed consent. If your PC breaks, it's your fault. What? How's this? So someone's story started with his wife calling him out for help with a computer system. Ron notes he immediately knew how he felt when he heard the word honey accented with a certain tone in his wife's voice. He knew that it had to be a computer-related problem. Sure enough, software was asking a question about whether a program from the internet should be allowed to access his wife's computer. In his personal experience, the question is annoying. The fact that it doesn't matter whether it's this utility, that utility, Windows itself, or other protection software that's asking you permission, but rather, why can't the software recognize what's safe and what's not safe? You've seen these little warnings, and we took a screenshot here in the article. Hey, there's an alert. And my dad will let me know when something like that pops up. Like, should I update? And I'm actually grateful that he does that. He takes a little screenshot. Should I update the software? And I say, yes, you should update the software. It looks legit. I can tell that this is the software you have. This is the operating system, and so on and so forth. Not everybody's going to do that. But by using this software, you're effectively making it responsible for detecting something bad happening or a clean experience. And then if you say, yeah, let the program access the computer, well, if it's a bad program, who's to blame? Are you going to blame the software? The software may have warned you and you did it anyway. Or maybe the software didn't warn you and you did it. Are you going to blame the software for not warning you? I don't know. To me, a lot of that protective software, and it's very rarely I've seen otherwise, just seems to get in the way. And I know this is something that maybe it's easier for us to deal with as people who love computers and technology, and we kind of understand when something's gone awry and kind of understand how to contain it. But, this is all the more reason why I am a huge proponent for app stores. I am going to be wholeheartedly recommending Windows 8 users use Microsoft's App Store. Absolutely. I recommend Amazon's marketplace for any, or even over Google Play for Android apps. Google Chrome has a web app store that will run within your, for apps, or I guess extensions within your browser, whatever the metaphor happens to be. Apple, of course, has an app store. There are app stores all over the place. And when you download through those systems, the chances of you getting impacted by an unknown file are very, 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 very slim. So long as you don't download or install anything else from anywhere else. I keep hammering this point home, but it's a big deal, and I know geeks don't like it because they say, oh, no, I want to be able to install anything that I want to install. I'm like, don't you understand that 99% of the world gets in trouble because of that? You don't need protective software if you're just going through vetted systems. It's just the bottom line. So if that sounds like a tale that you've been through before, if you've got experiences with this protective software, good or bad, we'd certainly appreciate the comments and, of course, the shares as well. We had one of our articles take off yesterday on Google+, a massive amount of shares for that Google Chrome extension that automatically translates your words. Huge uptake on that one. So thank you for sharing and tweeting and plus oneing and getting the word out about this stuff. The advantages of being polylingual. And this is written by one of our newer contributors, Maximilian Majeski. And hopefully I got his name right. I'm not exactly sure. Has the thing on my lip come back yet?
No.
Now I gotta ask, and I'm not gonna ask you to translate anything because I know that annoys the hell out of you, but do you feel you have a firmer grasp on things or a different... What's wrong, hon? Your eyeballs just got really wide for a second, like something exploded.
Preparing for the question.
Okay. It's like, something's not right. Do you feel that you have kind of a leg up on everybody else because you know two languages? Do you find that you have a better respect for either language, knowing both?
I'm glad I know both, but I wouldn't say that. Sometimes it could work to a disadvantage.
Because people ask you to translate something?
Oh yeah, they're like, what are they saying?
And they turn to you for help.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, sometimes it's just, I guess a lot of times people don't think I know Spanish for some reason, and they're talking
in Spanish.
And sometimes it's rude, or...
Because they assume you don't know it.
Yeah, and then it's awkward. So then when they turn to me and say, what are they saying? Then I can't say...
You have to pretend you don't know it. Wow, that's a bit odd. So this is
a lot of awkward moments.
So let's try to keep Diana from being awkward. I do enough of that on a regular basis. You've seen the blogs. This article is based on another article written in the New York Times, Why Bilinguals Are Smarter. So you are actually smarter for having known two languages, according to the New York Times article.
Notice that I dream in Spanish.
She dreams in Spanish a lot. I do too. I don't know what anybody's saying really, but it's usually nothing more than like El Rojo banana or something. Like the little word gets thrown in there like red banana. That's not even right. Wouldn't it be banana rojo? What's banana? Banana? What's the word for it?
It's plátano.
Platano.
Platanillo.
Oh, like a plantain.
Or a little banana, platanillo.
Platanillo.
Indeed.
Close enough. Take it my pronunciation offends your bilingual ears. Well, not to offend any bilingualists, polylingualists. Thank you, by the way, for liking this live video, late though it was. We certainly appreciate everybody's support. So I'm going to skip over the how to create your own Portal 2 test chambers. If you're interested in Portal, we've got the link right there. Of course, it's also on lockergnome.com. 5 reasons to switch to a hybrid car. I'm a fan of this because I have a hybrid car and I love it. You guys have seen it in the vlog. I haven't done a full-on review of this new hybrid, but it's very similar to the hybrid that I traded in. When are we going to do that review? I wonder. I don't want to dedicate a whole vlog to the review. It's got to be like a standalone video, I think. Yeah. But one reason, fuel efficient, love it. Gas prices in Seattle, we just watched as we drove by, $4.25 right now per gallon. Here in the U.S., that's big. That's as high as it's ever been, and people keep buying. You know what? I am happier and happier and happier with getting a fuel-efficient vehicle with every passing day. I'm just telling you, man. Environmentally friendly, according to some. Some would say, no, it's got a bigger impact and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, the bottom line for me is it doesn't cost as much at the pump, and it didn't cost as much to lease. So those are 2 big wins in my book. Financial incentives, potentially. if you buy the vehicle and you watch for rebates, potentially from the government as well. Low maintenance and reliable and relatively inexpensive. That is true. We got Diana, we're leasing a vehicle for her. It's also a hybrid, and it is, she loves it. Small, compact, and it was relatively, the monthly payments I think are very reasonable. Very reasonable, as a matter of fact. I was surprised at how low those payments were, and she's got a vehicle now to drive around. You don't really drive that much, though. Well, not right now. Not at this point.
I will after this.
She will after this because she's going clothing shopping. You want to take the camera with you? You don't want to vlog it?
Well, it's not fun.
Honey, we need to increase our female audience. They want to know.
But I have to go find something for my brother, and I don't want him to see.
Oh. Well, don't show your brother part. Just say I'm shopping. Here's what I'm doing. Blah, blah, blah. Can't please for the vlog. Think about the viewers, hon. They want this. They're gonna love what they're gonna find tonight. Remember the tour that we did for tonight's vlog? They're gonna love that.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can convince Diana to take the camera. I think what's gonna convince her is 100 likes on this video while it's live. If we can get to 200 likes after the video's live, even better. 300. You think we can get to 300 likes on this video itself?
Yeah.
Who knows? Scarface416 is asking if this is a new time slot. It is not. This was an accidental time slot. Do more reviews, says Hulk Smash 911911. Okay. This is pretty cool. I also like this. And this, nice as well. Big fan of this. I can't just review something like on the spot. I have to have it. And you should also note, I mentioned in yesterday's live TLDR, and it didn't encode. I'll mention it again today. I am probably going to be posting more tech reviewy stuff instead of on YouTube for video. You may very well see those videos show up on my Facebook page. So like today, I posted a little brief screencast on some backup software that I found that'll back up to a variety of sources. A very comprehensive backup solution, and I uploaded it to my Facebook page. So go over here, facebook.com/Chris Pirillo. You'll see my face with Diana's up front with 88,000 people subscribed to us there. I also posted the same video on Google+. So it did not go into YouTube. So if you're looking for more of the techie reviewy stuff, some of it may be showing up on places that aren't YouTube. The reason why, yes, we're getting amazing uptake on the vlogs. We get, I think, pretty good uptake on the live videos that we do, so we'll continue to do the TLDR for now. And I asked that question in yesterday's vlog. You guys gave me some great answers, by the way. Thank you for that, for leaving comments and liking the things that we do. Really appreciate that. But the reviewy things, I don't know if they're always going to be going into YouTube anymore. So if you're not yet subscribed to Facebook and you're not yet subscribed to my Google that was like an underwater Google Plus page, you should do that. Not everything's going to come in through YouTube. FYI. Follow me wherever I can be followed. I will not lead you. I'm not like a Pied Piper where I'm just going to lead you to your destruction. That's not the goal. How did you get those screensavers? Asks NSG Pepsi iPhones. Again, like I started at the beginning of the video, you may have just tuned in. Cool. This is Electric Sheep, open source. Download it from the website. Just Google for Electric Sheep, and you should be able to find it. If you guys stop vlogging, I will most likely die, says Joshua25FM. People are big fans of it. But I'm a bit disappointed. I got to tell you guys. I'm looking at some of the... if you go over to vlog.pirillo.com, you will get a direct link to the playlist of sorts. And we have fewer views on 15 and 16. Of course, 17's been out for a day. Let's take a look, too. We're averaging... Well, we got 529 likes right now. I think we're averaging about 600 likes per vlog. But I want to see about averaging to 1,000 likes per vlog. That's when the stuff's going to get really interesting. Because we've already promised if we get 1,000 likes on every one of our vlogs that we've posted, I'm going to dye my hair blue. We're going to bathe in oatmeal. And what else? Something else is going to happen. I can't remember. I promised something else. I'm sure you guys will remind me. How the hell are we going to pull off that bathing in oatmeal thing, by the way?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know either. So, thank you for the vlog support. Thank you for tuning in to this live video feed. Although it was late. Many of you who didn't watch it live anyway didn't even realize that it was late because it's just here for you. But I would say it's just an amazing testament to having you as a part of an amazing, amazing, amazing community. Diana, do you have a YouTubey of the day?
Yes. The YouTubey of the day is Joshua 25 FM.
Congratulations, Joshua 25 FM, for being the YouTubey of the day. Do we have a Nomi of the day? Do you want to call out Carl Conyers? Was that Carl? Carl's he's been running into some issues, I guess, at school, and not very cool issues either. We've had some discussions about it. He asked the question in a TLDR episode. It was a couple days ago, but we hope he's able to make it through, and I have every confidence that he will. Don't worry about it, Carl. It gets better. The older you get, I swear, it gets better. Don't give up. By the way, his question was about racism. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't. If you're a nice person, if you're an awesome person, if you're a fellow geek, if you love the things that I do, I'm probably going to love the things that you do. It's all about that mutual support. That's one of the reasons I love the internet. It doesn't matter what color skin you. I could be purple and you wouldn't know. My lip could be white and red. And did it come back?
No.
That's freaking bizarre, man. Like if it was an infection or something, it would be there. Like, and it wouldn't disappear. Like, it would be there. It's weird. I think it was a bite of some kind. There's a flare-up. And I even asked the nurse, I'm not going to die or anything. At least I hope I'm not going to die. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spreading the word. Really appreciate your support. If you want to join us, we've got podcasts streaming 24 hours a day through the live feed. But if you are done with the video now, go ahead and pop over and watch our blog if you can, and watch all the blogs, and rate all the blogs, and share all the blogs, and tweet them, please. The blogs and the vlogs. Vlogs and blogs. I need to... Clogs. There's like shoe vlog? Clogs? Clogs are a type of... But I do want to make mention of the fact that I'm very grateful, again, of GoToAssist's support of our live stream here, our podcast of sorts. Really appreciate that. It's easy to use, sets up in minutes. It's from Citrix, a trusted leader in IT. I've used it before. I know plenty of IT professionals who've used it before. If you've not yet tried it, head over to GoToAssist.com, click the Try It Free button, and then use the code Pirillo, Pirillo. If you don't know how to spell Pirillo, Google it, and Google will probably correct you if you spell it wrong. Pirillo is apparently a popular last name, my spelling of Pirillo, which is cool. It's kind of nice. And I own Pirillo.com. I'm going to actually be doing something really interesting with it real soon, so stay tuned. Not just chris.pirillo.com, but Pirillo.com. We also have another subdomain where the podcasts are streaming through, the one I just talked about a couple seconds ago. That's happening right now at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.